Hello, magical gangsters. How's everyone doing today? First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone who has subscribed, all the new subscribers, everyone, because of you, I'm off to a very strong start right now, okay? And it's all because of you, okay? It's you are giving me now the motivation to keep doing this because now the algorithm, it recognizes us, okay, and it likes our consistency, and also likes the my subscribers' consistency of watching and interacting. Okay, so that's humongous to me, and I really am grateful for that. So I just want you to know that. I don't want to be like no person asking for it, but thank you. That's all I want to say. Thank you. That's all. Thank you for being here. So let's get back to the originally scheduled program. All right. So welcome to Gangster Magician Tarot, where I'll be your host today, the Gangster Magician. So I don't know. We'll see what's going on today. I feel good. I feel like we're moving along here. Things are going good. I think. I can't see anything going wrong. All I see in my head right now is like clear skies. I see happiness. I see you getting what you deserve. Everything is coming to fruition for you, okay? As long as you keep doing the right thing, as long as you keep doing the next right thing, okay, and not expecting anything either, okay? You can't, do stuff and then expect people to, always expect something. That's what happens. A lot of people do. Like, they'll do something for you. They're not doing it out of the goodness of their heart. They're doing it because, they expect something. And that's how a lot of people are. But if you do things that, it just totally negates the whole point of, doing something good. It's like, when you do something good, you're supposed to do it because you want to do it, not because you're trying to get something out of it. That's what a lot of these people do, and they try to pretend like, oh, we're good people. Look, we're good people. But then, like, we'll throw it in your face. Oh, remember that time I did this for you? And you're just like, come on, brother, beat it. You know what I mean? Get out of here. What's the point of doing it for? So, we have a little black obsidian here, just a little small piece. It's a little tourmaline quartz that we, I think it's a little cool looking tourmaline quartz. Nice little mixture. Got some green Aberdeen. We went with the turquoise theme today. Also got the North turquoise, blue apatite, amazonite, aquamarine, pyrite, citrine, and then this is it's called caliphyte. I don't know. I never even really heard of it, but I guess it's something along the lines of copper, I believe. Which I didn't know. Copper was good for you. I didn't know that. Now I do. Who would have thought? I've been throwing away pennies all these years. Just throwing them. I don't want these pennies. Get them out of here. I don't like the way they look. They mess up things. I don't like when I have to go in my change and I'm like, all these pennies in my hand. I just want to see silver things. That's what I thought. Thought wrong, I guess. I guess I didn't know. I didn't know the real value was with the copper. Now I know. All right, well, let's, selenite the shit out of these cards. I gotta go get Archangel Michael real fast. I forgot him over there. Ugh. I hate when I forget stuff. Messes up my show. Now my cards are falling over here. Oh my god. Look what happens. Archangel Michael. You should have reminded me when I was walking over here. You should have said, come on, man, you need us here, brother. We're your protection. It's true. Can't, it's my bodyguard. I'm a gangster magician, brother. I can't have, too many people around me at one time. I have to have Archangel Michael. He keeps them away. He's, he tells, listen, brother, you can't, this is a private party here. He tells them when they come in. Private party. Can't come in. Some people get mad, but then Archangel Michael gives an open hand, smacks them, and says, get the fuck out of here. You ain't coming here. Don't you know who that guy is in there? He's a made guy. He's known in the 5D, brother. People don't fuck with him and his crew, his 8th house crew of magical gangsters. They don't want to fuck with us, because they know what happens, brother, because we'll bring the Grim Reaper to them, okay? Because we know him. We know the Grim Reaper, personally. So, enough about that. Let's get back to the red release. We'll get back to the love. Oh, yeah, where's my love? Did I spray my love yet? Open my heart chakra to you guys. Boo, boo, boo. All right, so now I'm back to love. No more death. okay? But I can go there whenever I want to. All right, so let's get the overall energy. Or 5 minutes here. I didn't say nothing but nothing. Now it's, come on. Overall energy. I don't like this one. 2 of Swords. So it says facing fears here. Being torn between 2 relationships. The 2 of Swords is a card of difficult decisions. Okay, stalemate and avoidance that signifies the need to face your fears. Waste your options and seek the truth. All right, so we'll see. I mean, yeah, life is full of difficult decisions. You understand? You know, there's always going to be something that is difficult. I mean, that's just what it is. The key is to knowing what the right thing to do is, and that is by, you know, weighing out the options, seeing what most benefits. And then you're not always going to make the right decision, but if you follow your intuition, you will. A lot of people, they don't want to follow their intuition. This is actually a very easy decision if you follow your intuition. And you know who always follows their intuition? You, the Queen of Pentacles, of course, because you are the showstopper. You are the ideal spouse. You are the one everyone wants, and you're the one who don't need no one either, okay? Queen of Pentacles is a very, very financially independent person who needs no one, okay? That's what they were trying to say. They were trying to say that you were a gold digger, you were, you know, wanted this person only for their money, you didn't care about it, you're a user, you're crazy, you're a drug addict, I mean, what else is there else to say? I mean, they said anything bad they could have said about you, they said, okay? But, you know, they were wrong, because the Queen of Pentacles is a card of abundance, nurturing, and practicality that signifies creating a comfortable and prosperous life for oneself and others. And that's exactly what you're doing, okay? So I don't know whatever 2 of Swords difficult decision there is when it comes to you. I'm not certain what the fuck that is all about, because I know if somebody's bringing me down, see you later. You know what I mean? Because this is what the only difficult decision would be. It would be between you and some fucking karmic situation. So that would end up destroying your counterpart anyway. So I'm interested to know what the difficult decision is here. That's what I like to know. That's what I like to know. So let's look into this. Let's find out what this difficult decision is that, you know, whoever this dope is trying to make here. See what happens. Okay. 9 of Cups in reverse. So whatever's going on here is not a wish come true. So I don't know what the difficult decision when it comes down to this, because basically all this is telling me is a 9 of Cups in reverse that there's a dissatisfaction here. The person's not being seen as a wish come true. It's overindulgence, drunkenness, partiness. So everything is, whatever was good in this relationship that perhaps this has to be your counterpart, whatever they're in now, okay? Maybe it was good at first, okay, when you were down, because they were, you know, using your energy there, all right? Then when you came back, it took all your energy back. Now look at this, okay? Everybody's faced with difficult decisions, all this overindulgence. It's not a wish come true now, okay? And everybody wanted to, you know, point like you were going to be the one who was going to be this 9 of Cups, that you're this fucking drunkenness, overindulgent partier. When the fact is, that's not you at all, okay? It's this motherfuckers that do this shit. So they projected all this onto you, okay? Maybe one time, maybe you had experienced, you know, whatever, issues. But that's okay. Everybody has a past. Everybody has issues at sometimes. It's all about where you are now, okay? So I know you're doing well now, so it doesn't matter what the fuck happened in the past. And at the end of the day, they were projections onto you anyway. That wasn't even you, the person. So whatever you dealt with in the past, these people are going to have to pay for that. So basically, long story short, is that these people around your counterpart pushed them into this situation and said that this is the right way to go, but now it's clearly being seen as the wrong way. So now people have to answer these questions. What happened? Because they see you now as clear as day saying, wow, that's a Queen of Pentacles right there. Well, we said that you said that they were this 9 of Cups in reverse. But it all seems that the person that you recommended is the 9 of Cups in reverse. What's going on here, guys? Okay, and that's what people like the King of Wands want to know. That's what they want to know. What's going on? Because they like to get you in that situation, okay? Because they know that justice is here, okay? Justice is here, all right? That's the way you do it. You let people hang themselves. You don't come take them out yourself. You let them take themselves out. Okay, it's the most efficient and cost-cutting way to eliminate someone. Okay, you don't have to do anything. So I don't know what to talk. They took themselves out. I didn't do nothing. Sitting over here. I'm sitting over here, brother. Over here, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting over here catching wands and stuff. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Don't go fucking making stories up, you know, because that's what happens. Liars, you know what liars become? They become rats, okay? And then they start ratting on motherfucker. They want to start making stories up about people. They want to say, oh, yeah, this one did that, this did. But the fact of the matter is that that person never did nothing, and it was always them that did it. That's their way of getting out of trouble. How do you think a lot of these guys, you know, these rats, the mobs people, they rat and they say, oh, they get out, they go do 5 years. Because they're putting their stuff on somebody else. You know what I mean? And then the person may not be as liked, okay, as maybe that person. Maybe that had somebody had a hard on for that one. They just really want to, you know, put them down. Somebody like John Gotti or, you know, Joey Molina or somebody. You know what I mean? Like they just have a hard on for these kind of people, and it's because they don't give a fuck. That's the energy you have to get into. Okay, it's almost like you have to get into that, like, mob boss, like, you know, like, I don't give a fuck who the fuck says what to me. Anybody who wants to say what to me, okay? And nobody ever does, okay? Nobody ever wants nothing to say. Everybody wants to kiss your ass, but behind your back, they want to badmouth you. They'll say this, they'll say that. But when they come face to face with you, it's all church mouses. Nobody's quiet as a church mouse. You don't hear nothing. I mean, but then when you're down, see, like they can't wait. And that's why they're gonna pay, okay? Because they're cowards, and justice is here for them. That's all we know. That's all we know, and that's all we can say. Okay, because it doesn't matter what happens at the end of the day, because you always have this lover's energy, okay? You had it from when you were down, you had it when you were feeling your worst, you always had the ability to love, okay? Maybe you didn't have the ability to receive love. Maybe that's what it was. Your heart chakra was blocked off. But I always knew you had the ability to give it, okay? And then and oftentimes you gave it to the wrong person. You just wanted to give it. You just wanted to love and be loved is really what I feel is the situation you were looking for here. You know what I mean? And you wanted that so bad. I know. But it's like, that's what happened. You wanted it so bad, okay? And when you go chasing stuff, and probably you weren't chasing it. Probably, you know, you settled for situations. The first person that showed you any type of, you know, love, that you're just like, ooh, I like this. You know, and then you just, you know, went full. That happens to people. It's not your fault. Okay? It happens to me because this is what you want to do. You're a Queen of Cups. This is what the fuck you do. It's like, what do you want me to do? This is what I do. I like to love. Because we're divine beings. That's what we do. We know how to do this. So there's going to be evil demons that know that about you ahead of time that like to exploit that, okay? Because remember, they're demons. This is what demons do, okay? That's what they do. They're scumbags, okay? Temperance, because they're not balanced like you are now. Okay, these demons are all over the place, coming off as a 9 of Cups in reverse, okay? It's not a wish come true, and that's what it was. If this was sold as a wish come true, okay, to get away from this lover's energy. Basically telling your counterpart, oh, there's no love, doesn't matter. It's all about the money. It's all about the love is going to bring you down. Blah, blah, blah. So these are just demons that were, you know, they knew what they were doing. It's all distraction, okay? That's why you are the best version of yourself, because you were able to get into Hermit energy, okay, and rebuild and call all your energy back. Because remember, energy does not die. It's just... You know, you can die, but energy doesn't die, okay? Remember that. Once it's made, brother, and then it's yours, it's yours. Once you call it back, you call it back. You say, I call back my energy and my power from anyone who has ever taken it, okay? And guess what? That shit comes back. Now, it's not going to come back right away, but it does come back slowly but surely, and you see that in how people's situations deteriorate, okay? People, when they fuck with you, shit goes bad for them. Sometimes it's instantly. Sometimes it takes a while, but it always comes, because you are walking karma. You are the walking karma. And that's unfortunate for people, because they're always very unaware when they come across you. They get very aware after they leave your path, though. Okay, because they notice this Five of Swords. They notice that whatever, competition, conflict that they want with you, it always ends up, it's the same result for these people, okay? It's you destroying them and sending their bitch asses all the way back to hell to never be seen or heard from again. So why anybody would want a Five of Swords with you is insanity to me. But just know, these people are being seen as winning it, trying to win at all costs, okay? So that shows that they're a cheater. They shows that they had to gang up on you. They shows them as a group of bullies, okay? A bunch of thieves. This is what this is showing them as, because this is what they did. They tried to bully you out of your destiny. And people see this. And they see you being a Queen of Cups. And they're just like, and they see these people being demons, okay? Clear as day being a Nine of Cups, okay? Because not only do you have this lover's energy here, okay, but you will always, and when I mean always, have this Two of Cups, no matter what, okay? No matter what, all right? You might have to wait a little bit, but just know it doesn't matter, because whatever good never comes easy, okay? So when this does happen, you will look back and you will say, wow, that was worth it, okay? Because if you wanted to rush in this, a lot of people say what they want to do is they want to rush to this, okay? And oftentimes when they rush to this, it turns into this, Two of Cups in reverse. How often does that happen? So that's why slowly is the fastest way to get to where you want to be. And the reason behind that is because you're less likely to make mistakes when you move slowly. When you move fast, you might get there quicker, but doesn't mean you're going to stay there. I mean, that's what these people want to do. They wanted to take shortcuts. They wanted to skip. They didn't want to do things like you. They didn't have a long-term view. They didn't want to work hard. They weren't perseverant. They wanted to jump right to the Ten of Pentacles, skip over everything. They didn't want to build their foundation on the Ten of Cups. Okay, they said this lover's energy means nothing. They said, we don't care. We could replicate this Two of Cups. That's what they said. They thought they were going to take your energy and then they were going to be able to reproduce this Two of Cups energy, this lover. But they can't do it. They could not create this Ten of Cups. They could not. They thought that they could. And now they're clear as day. Not a wish come true. Remember that, because you are the one who's a wish come true. Okay, you. Everybody knows it. Okay, because you know why? Perfect. You know why? Because you are a wish come true, which is a Nine of Cups. Okay, you know what you got coming your way? This Ace of Cups. Okay, so that equals a Ten of Cups. And that is what I just said you build your foundation on. You build your foundation on these Ten of Cups. Okay, and that's why that's the best soil around, brother. Builds the best Ten of Pentacles, unbreakable. You can't, nothing can be knocked down with a Ten of Cups as your foundation. So you got this Ace of Cups, the lover's energy, and we already saw the Two of Cups. Okay, so, that looks good to me. While these people, this person that's not a wish come true, this is what it is. They have difficult decisions they're facing, perhaps, facing their fears. I'm not sure, but whatever it is, just be torn between the two relationships would tell me this is the DM, okay? And you are this, lover's energy while they're stuck at this Nine of Cups. So basically that's what it is. They got themselves stuck in this situation. So now there's a lot of Five of Swords conflict because of what they wanted for you. The conflict they wanted with you is only between themselves now. Anything that this relationship, it was built off your energy, and you called your energy back, and now this is what it is. This is what happens. You knew this was going to happen. Okay, Three of Wands, because you already have this plan in action. It's already moving. It ain't just thought now. Now it's in action. Things are happening. You're getting there. You're headed to where you got to go. You really are. You know you are. Okay? You wouldn't be here if you weren't. You know that. Come on. You know that, brother, because Page of Pentacles, because you're manifesting this, okay, because you are the one who's, receiving a financial opportunity, okay, you're developing your skills, you're learning over there, very, very practical person, they tell me, okay, so it says, seize the opportunity to manifest your dreams and goals, learn new skills, and expand your knowledge. It's not a bad idea, but yes, this is the manifestation card, Page of Pentacles, okay, that's what it is. What it is, and that's what you're doing here. You're manifesting. Everything you do is about manifesting, okay? And these illusions, the moon, that were created about you are now being shattered because you are manifesting that to happen, okay? So it's all that matters at the end of the day. Plus, the way you carry yourself is, it's very stoic and graceful. People are impressed with you. They tell me that. They say, I'm very impressed with the collective. I think that they, They're just something else. They're not of this world. They're not of this world is what they tell us. Yeah, probably not. You probably don't have any earth in your chart. That happens. That happens to the stars. Okay, the stars don't come from Earth. They come from the sky. They come from out of this world. And you're a starseed, correct? So tell me why that wouldn't mean that you have no Earth. That you're not an Earthling. You're not of this Earth. You're like Little Wayne. You're an alien. Perhaps. Who knows? I'm not going to make any accusations here. I don't know. You know what I'm saying, brother? I don't know. I don't know everything. I know a lot, but I don't know everything. So what are we working with here? So we're manifesting this nonsense. You're already an Ace of Cups. You got an Ace of Cups because you're a Nine of Cups. Your wish come true. You got the Lover's energy. This person they picked over you is not being seen as a wish come true. Now there's difficult decisions here. All types of conflict, Five of Swords. Illusions are being shattered. What else are we working with? Okay, and now all this people coming up against you is only leading them to this Five of Pentacles here, brother. That is all is happening. This Five of Swords that they wanted with you was a one-way ticket to the Five of Pentacles. Okay, because they really believed that they were going to take, because they needed you to stay down. How many times I got to tell you? They needed you to stay down and out. They needed you to not get back up. You could not come back and be desirable. Okay, the fact that you're still desirable and that people still want you is the reason why. And top it off, you hold your energy back and are consistently doing the right thing. And, you know, you're one of God's favorites is another reason. But we don't have to tell anybody that, because you know who already knows that? This King of Cups, your counterpart. They know all about it, they said. They said, we always knew you were the best in the business. We always knew it. And it's just the way we want to get you there, okay? They said, we want to up-level you, okay? And I know it's very confusing to people, okay? Because they said, well, you know, how do I have to feel this way if, you know, they didn't do it? Listen, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you in that sense. But at the end of the day, just know you became the best version of yourself because of this. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. You're just gonna have to. Sorry, got cut off there. I hate when that happens. It's the thing on the storage. It's that because that YouTube studio it takes up so much energy. So then you have to delete that app, and then it takes then redo it, and then it clears it out. It's just annoying. Now where was I? Oh yeah. So this King of Cups, they said you're the best, okay? So whatever. This King of Cups, they want to love. That's all they ever wanted to do, okay? They were around a lot of negative people, okay? They were making, whatever, they are facing difficult decisions because they have to choose between you and their whole other life. Even though it does cause their, their other life is not healthy, and what it is, it's all they ever knew. It's still a difficult decision. So you got to give them that, all right? You may not see it as a difficult decision, but they do, okay? So we respect that. But if they want to come to you as a King of Cups and they want to love you and show you love and, work their way to where they got to get to, you're willing to work your way with it. You're willing to help them. Or maybe you're not. I don't know. But I just think that you would be. I think you would. If they came correct and, spoke to you in a way that was intelligently, they were, calm and explained to you what their thoughts were on this and how to get you to the next level, because realistically they were above you. Most of our DMs were above us when it comes to financially. Like, they had more money, they had more education. It was all by design, okay? They came from money, a lot of them. This was what it was supposed to be this way. This is why it's like that. So this is what the lessons have to be learned, okay? This is how lessons are learned. So that's a lot of us got to get that through our head. I mean, even I do. Even if I forget this sometimes, I got to remind myself. So don't forget, I'm one of you. I'm one of you, one of you. So one of us. Was that something? Yeah, I'm one of us, brother. Trust me. Not like a lot of these other readers on here that ain't one of us, okay? Because a lot of them aren't one of us. A lot of them are neither divine masculines or karmic readers, but that are just exploiting your ability to want help. That's why, a lot of times when people are feeling down, these type of people, these scammers, they like to come, and that's when they know that they're, they could get money off vulnerable people. So that's what those people are done, though. So any scam artist that does stuff like that, they're finished. Don't worry about that. Because Ace of Wands, because your urge to create your new projects that are coming are going to run those people right out of town. Those people don't stand a chance against you, these scammers. Okay, you're too motivated, you're too passionate, and you're too dedicated. Nobody's going to come here and tell you otherwise. Nobody. And I mean nobody, okay? And that's moving pretty fast here, Eight of Wands. Things are getting to the point where it's getting kind of serious now with you. Okay, you're really starting to show what you're about. People are really starting to see that. They're starting to realize that you're not one to be fucked with now. Okay, maybe they thought that you were an easy target at one time, but now, Eight of Wands, they're quickly realizing that you were not the one to be fucked with. Okay, because God don't play when it comes to you. That's what it says. That's what they tell me. Okay, you know why God don't fuck with you? Because you are the one and the only Gangster Magician. Okay, now, you magical gangsters out there are able to do things that most people are not able to. Okay, you have a different breed. You're a different kind of breed. Okay, you're not the same as these people. Okay, that's why you're able to, get yourself out of these types of situations. You're able to survive. You're very, very, you have ability to concentrate and align your spiritual material realms here, brother. You could be extroverted, but oftentimes you're introverted. It says the magician advises you to use your skills, resources, and power to manifest your goals and create your reality. It reminds you to be aware of your potential and to use it wisely. Yes, of course. That's exactly what you're doing. That's why you're only really worried about this Ace of Cups, this lover's energy, okay? That's really what this project is of yours. It's all about love. Ain't about here trying to make money. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Because when you don't focus on money and you build your foundation on the Ten of Cups, the end result for you will always be this Ten of Pentacles, no matter what. It's just what it is. It's always going to come, okay? Because if you build it, they will come. You don't have to focus. If you're so focused on making money, that's like somebody starting a channel, and the first thing, I'm doing this, I want to make that, blah, blah, and they start chasing, but then it's never going to happen, okay, because you're not focused on the right reasons. Now, if you come on and you start a channel, you say, all right, I'm just worried about the people. I'm just worried about, delivering the right message. I'm just worried about, I don't care if I make any money. I don't care. I just want, I want to just do this because I love to do it. If you could do that, you'll succeed in anything you want in life. But if you come in there and you're just doing something for the money, people will always see it. You'll always eventually see it. You might come off as ambitious at first, but you will always be seen as a greedy piece of shit in the end, okay? Because when you don't go shooting for it, you know what I mean? Usually it will come to you. When you go chasing the money, that's when the money starts running. But when you do things for the love and not the money, that's when people see how genuine and authentic you are. And that's when you will build a real following. And that is when, okay, people really, and this Ten of Pentacles will come. It may not come as quick, but it will come, okay? And it will feel so much better. Trust me when I tell you. So, done with that read. So let's do another on this other deck. Hope I could connect. I could probably connect these videos. I'll do that iMovie thing. And that's what I'll do. Combine them. But then that's another thing. I don't like that iMovie thing. It takes up a lot of stuff. I don't even use it. Alright, so we see here difficult decisions that are being faced, okay? But at the end of the day, you being this Gangster Magician is really what is blowing the lid off this thing, because people never seen you coming back being a magical gangster, of course, okay? But now that is 100% happening, okay? It's all because of your ability to remain in this lover's energy, okay? And Page of Pentacles, that's what you're manifesting, because you're a Gangster Magician. That's what they do. Magicians manifest. That's what they do. All right. So it is what it is. Let me see. But I don't know if I remember shuffle these or not. Oh, they're so it's like hard to bend. Let's see what we can get out of this. Basically, what I'm getting out of this is that you're walking karma here. That's really what I'm getting here. When the people mess with you, they find their way somewhere they don't want to be. And I think people are starting to notice that right now. Okay, because Nine of Wands, because of your bravery, your ability to stand your ground, your ability to absorb whatever punishment these people, threw at you, and to come back and still be the best version of yourself, is what really shows who you are. These people put a lot of eyes on you. You understand what I'm saying? So it makes people see you just as strong as you really are with this Nine of Wands, okay? Most people may not have seen this. They may have not seen this if you weren't put on display the way you are. They were trying to put you on display for you to be destroyed, for everyone to see. That was the humiliation they wanted you to suffer with. But now that's not happening, and they're the ones who are gonna be humiliated. They're the ones who are gonna feel the pain. Okay, because remember, you are the star of the show. They do not stand a chance against you. It's your energy. You called it back, and now people are being seen as not a wish come true. And now they're wishing that they were on your side, but they made their their stance known on you. They said they don't like you. Okay, they can't really come back on it. All right, and that's why 7 of Wands in reverse. They have to give up now because they're exhausted. They're finished. Okay, you're the star of the show. You being in the 9 of Wands energy allowed you to stay that way. That allowed you to keep your star energy back. Okay, because if you just rolled over and died, then yes, they could have took it. That's what they thought. Okay, and why does that happen? Page of Pentacles again, because you're manifesting all this. Okay, this is what is happening. I mean, what else can you say? Financial opportunities are headed your way. How could they not? You're a star. Don't forget that. Okay, and like I said, they're moving your way, these financial opportunities. With the Chariot right here, movement is here. Movement is coming, okay? You have a chariot full of opportunities coming your way, okay? And that's all because of you remaining in this hangman energy. You pausing, surrendering, looking at things from all different perspectives is the reason why you were able to stay in this 9 of Wands. You were able to stay basically focused to the extent to which you wanted to happen. That's why the Chariot's coming here. You stood your ground, okay? If you sat down and you didn't stand for this, then no, perhaps this wouldn't be in this situation, or you wouldn't have this Ace of Cups, this Ace of Wands, this urge to create, okay? But the fact that you still have the desire and motivation to do this stuff, to create, tells me everything I need to know about you. That's all you need to know. When you're at that point, you're perfect. Trust me when I tell you. This might not seem like it's the best right now, but the best is yet to come. Trust me. The hard part is over. You must understand. Okay, like I said, the hard part is over. Now it's 3 cups. Time for you to relax, enjoy yourself, celebrate. People that have a little party. We're gonna have a little festival for you, perhaps. We'll have a festival. We'll call it after you and everything. We'll give it a name that comes to you. Okay. You know who's gonna be throwing you this festival because they think you're the bee's knees. This King of Cups is. They were here earlier. They come out a lot. This King of Cups. Tell me they don't. Okay, they're a lot. They come out. Okay, a lot of times. It is what it is. They're a lover. They want to love, okay? The people are trying to stop them from loving. Want to turn them into a, King of Pentacles in reverse. And maybe they did it one time, but they're not like that anymore. Okay, and that's why this delays, these standstills with the Hangman in reverse, with just the regular Hangman. These people, they don't pause and surrender. They're just making terrible decisions because they're being impulsive. They just want to slow you down, okay? But at the end of the day, them trying to slow you down only makes things worse for them and things better for you. I mean, so it really doesn't matter, okay? Like I said, it's almost like they're sitting there and they're trying to put, a Band-Aid on a dam or something, and there's like a little thing. Eventually that little crack is going to turn into one really big crack, and that whole thing is going to be destroyed if you just cover it with a Band-Aid, if you don't fix what needs to be fixed properly. And that's exactly what these people have been doing, is putting Band-Aids on Band-Aid after Band-Aid after Band-Aid. And now it's going to give. It's got to give. Okay, you know why? Because the Emperor is here. That's why. Okay, and they said it's got to give. Enough is enough. We don't want this kind of people around no more. All right, we want people like you, Queen of Pentacles magicians around. We don't want to deal with these demons no more. They're not making things appear fun. The mask is off. Okay, when the mask comes off a demon, that's when the darkness shows. Okay, it becomes exactly very, very real is what they're dealing with. Okay, and they understand that Knight of Cups, there's no romantic charm when that happens. Okay, there is no positive atmosphere like how it is with you with this 3 of Cups, Knight of Cups energy. Okay, and that is why the Chariot's here and people are headed towards you, 9 of Wands, because they know that you'll help and protect them. Okay, so you will. If people are willing to do the right thing, you got them. You got them. I know you do. Because you had a long-term view, 7 of Pentacles. You're a hard worker. You're not going to just stop doing what you're doing, okay? You came this far Okay, you're not going to stop now. Trust me. Nobody can stop you. It's pretty clear. Okay, Two of Pentacles in reverse. So at the end of the day, this really means that these people, they do not have any idea of how they're going to get to where they're going now. Okay, they're stuck to the point where it's like they don't even know how they're going to get money now. Okay, they don't even have an idea, because whatever idea it was revolved around you being destroyed. Okay, and that was where the money was going to come from somehow. Okay, but the fact that you came back is, you know, draining everybody of all the energy that they took from you. And it's also making people question what is going on, because what was done to you has been done to other people that have perished. They have destroyed other people by exactly what they did to you. But the fact, and nobody ever came back from it, but you. But you. You know why? Because you're the one who brings the fun, because you are the sun, because you stayed positive. You didn't let it destroy you. You didn't say this is, oh my God, it's the end. Maybe at one time you could have been like that, but you know, you just kept coming back. You just kept coming back, kept coming back. So let's wrap this up, because my back's starting to hurt a little bit. You know what I'm saying, brother? Okay, so, all right, like I said, what is going to happen to these people? Because when they come up against you, we all know, okay, the end result will always be the same. We all know that, okay? And that is this Ten of Swords, because nobody can fuck with you. You are a magical gangster. You are made guys here. Nobody's going to fuck with you, okay? You are the walking karma, all right? So when somebody picks a fight with you, this could be their immediate future, okay? And they know that now, all right? Because Page of Swords, your new way of communicating, your ways to find, you know, you're just very sharp-minded ability, okay, is the reason why this is happening. Because if not, people would have not known what you're doing. They may have never known. They've never seen. But you did it in such a way that was so low-key and so low-key but so visible that it was like almost perfectly done the way you did it. So I commend you on that. And I thank you so much for everything. And I do appreciate you. And just know, 7 p.m. show. And thanks again, though. I do really appreciate everybody. I really, really, really do. So I'm going to get on the next episode, all right? See you at 11. Bye.